Hey everyone, it is a new year, a new month, which means time for another meal calendar. So I'm going to go ahead and specify that the January meal calendar was made way back at the end of October. Why do I do that? I have a video on how I started prepping through the holidays, but just to recap really quick for you guys so you don't have to go all the way back. If you saw that, thank you for supporting us and watching it. But I'm going to recap really quick. So basically what happened was in October, I sit down and plan out November, December, and January's meal plan. Does that mean things can't change? Absolutely not. But what it does mean is that through December, I'm not having to panic and think about, oh no, what am I doing for groceries for the first week back to school? In January, when Matt goes back to work and the kids are going back to school, and well, not back to school, homeschool. They'll be doing school. But anyways, so I don't want to have to stress about all of that. So what I do instead is I sit down and make out meal plans. Now, the Monday through Thursday lunches will pretty much be the same every single week with some changes here and there, but we'll talk about that as we go. So my goal is I try to show the face and show the screen share. Now the one in November actually ended up glitching because I have dual monitors and it ended up showing something that was on a different monitor, so I ended up doing screenshots instead of like video share, but I'm going to try to do video share this time. It seems to be working okay, and you can hear my computer because I've kind of been really mean to it, making it work super overtime today. I'm actually filming this before Christmas, and I'm trying to get all of these videos made so that as soon as the first week of school starts back, you all immediately have videos to watch. I wanted to go ahead and have videos up immediately when we came back, so I'm actually filming all of those before Christmas break. So I'm filming it a little bit earlier, but I wanted you to go ahead and have the video of what are we doing for our meal plan. Again, this is general. If things change, they change. If they don't, great, I've got a perfectly good meal plan. I do not include the shopping list with it. If you're interested in us doing that, I may want to do that for a members video because, like, number one, it's a lot of work for me to sit there and make out a shopping list of every single thing for everything listed on these, and number two, I know a lot of you guys want to know how extra to help support us through, you know, all the way through the year other than just watching videos. We do memberships for 99 cents a month, but if you can't do that, that's great. If you wanted that though, that's probably where that video is going to go. I don't have time to do, oh, there was the other one, number three. I don't have time to do it on Etsy like other people do. I just don't have time to run an Etsy shop anymore. I did it for a while. I don't have time for that anymore. But let's get through this meal plan. I'm going to try to hold the camera a little bit differently because, again, I had to swap the monitors around to get as much done as I can before Christmas. Alright, so we are actually starting with the week of January 6th. I'll go back and show you. You've already seen this one for December. So because the first day, so because my weeks go Friday to Friday. You have, see this part blacked out right here. Friday morning, breakfast, lunch, and snack is included in the week before because we go shopping at lunchtime on Friday, which means that Friday lunch, usually, unless we're eating out, like I said on this one right here, out shopping with Matt because Matt was home from vacation, unless we're out and about like as a family, or if like we don't have any leftovers or anything left in the house, we always need to pack lunch, or I need to pack lunch for Matt at home Friday morning for breakfast and lunch for him, and then for the girls and I, we try to eat what's already here at the house so that we're not eating out as much to try to save on our budget. So that's why our Fridays are always blocked out. But the reason why January's starts off right here with January 6th is because December 30th to January 5th, if my weeks were Friday to Friday, the last Friday of December is the 30th, so that's why that week is right there. But that also helps because it helps me to buy all the groceries ahead of time for the first week of January. So you've already seen this one though from the December one of how we're going to do it. And then again, if you've never seen these before, I will have sidebars right here with different colors of things, and I'll specify why those are there as we go. So let's again look. I have breakfast. Matt and the girls are separate because Matt eats breakfast and lunch at work. He has no access to a microwave or refrigerator. So he eats whatever I send him for breakfast and lunch Monday through Friday. So that's why there's separate line items for breakfast and lunch. If you see the bar go across both for Matt and the girls, that means, and the girls includes me, that includes me. Sometimes I'll eat the same thing as Matt if I don't want to eat what the kids are eating, but usually that includes me too. So for breakfast for Matt, we have, or for, if it goes all the way across, it's Matt and the girl, it's everybody. Everybody is included. For lunch, again, Matt's at work, and then the girls and I are at home, or picnic lunch or whatever. So that also is separate. If there's a time that I go out for lunch and I'm not with the kids, I don't include that. I just put it on the meal calendar on our refrigerator. And I've never talked about those. I have a big meal calendar. I have one that I can do breakfast and lunches on, and then I have a big one that I do dinners on. I'll link those. We bought those off of Amazon with all the accessories we bought for those. That's super helpful for the kids. Like if I'm in here editing on like today is Wednesday, and they are actually, I let them sleep in on Wednesdays because we're up later. So like when they get up, they'll be able to see the meal calendar and see, oh hey, this is what we're doing for breakfast today, and they'll be able to go ahead and do breakfast without having to like come in, because they're always worried about interrupting. Like I don't mind most of the time, but like they're always worried about interrupting, so that way it kind of helps. And then when I also have like a pin board where they can pin notes and stuff where I can see it from my desk, so that's really helpful for that. So also again, snacks through the month of January, I don't think I put, yeah, I did not put any snacks in the snack bar. Does that mean the kids don't get snacks? Absolutely not. The snack bar line item right here is for if we run out of snack stuff, I can add it here through the week or add it to my shopping list, and then I can purchase those items. We usually do popcorn at least once a week with our Movies as Literature program. We sit down and do popcorn for a snack because we end up doing dinner later because some of these movies are really long. Looking at you, Lord of the Rings. And we need a little bit of snack to go from like 2 o'clock to like 6 o'clock. So that's what the snack item is there for. Also, like, you know, we saw through the holidays, like when we're home, we try to have some specific snacks at home for everybody. So I try to keep that on there for when we need it and if we need to purchase snack items, but usually we have some kind of snack items always on hand that we purchase every week. And then dinners, we're almost always together for dinner, so everybody's in there for dinner. And then the desserts, you see grayed out. Usually, unless it's like holidays or special occasions, we try not to do desserts Monday through Thursday and try to focus them more on the weekends when we're all together, and try not to eat dessert constantly. So let's get into the meal plan again. So Friday to Friday, we always start with Friday night. Friday night, we have a family tradition of, we just do, we call it Pizza Friday. We do a movie and salad and pizza for our dinner for Friday night. Saturday mornings, we try to just let everybody eat as they want to go and do their food as they want to go. So this Saturday morning, it says muffins. That means we'll be pulling muffins out of the freezer. What we do is we have like one Saturday a month in the, or sometimes every other month or every other week in the colder months from like October to March, where they will do baking days. The kids volunteer, they ask to do it. They love baking together. We have all kinds of little bakey things they can do, and stuff can go in the air fryer and the oven, which makes it go a lot faster. But what they'll do is they'll bake muffins ahead of time and then freeze them, and then they'll label them with what flavors they are. And they come up with some really cool flavors. Like we've had blueberry cream cheese, or blueberry cheesecake. We've had peanut butter chocolate chip. We've had snickerdoodle. They come up with some really, really good flavors. So Saturday morning muffins means they can pull something out of the freezer and then microwave it or air fry it to reheat it as we go. Saturday leftovers. If you see leftovers on Saturday, that means that we bought enough pizza on Friday night so that, again, during the day Saturday, on the Saturdays that we're home, which January, we usually try to stay home because we're trying to balance our budget back out from all the December shopping and all that. And so we usually try to stay home. And also Matt's work usually goes down in January. He works construction, he builds homes. So like that usually drops down a little bit in January, the colder months, January, February. So in January we try to stay home more on Saturdays and spend more time at home together. We do like movies, games. We love doing board games together. We have a family world in Minecraft so that like all of our kids can play on a server together safely. So sometimes we'll just do that. And so having like pizza, extra pizza for them to either air fryer, and some of them prefer it cold, it's leftovers, that's on them. So like we try to purchase enough pizzas on Friday to where we just bake all of them Friday night, or we'll bake half of them Friday night, half of them Saturday, and then we'll have pizza left over, and people again can just eat as they go on Saturday and just enjoy one day at home together and just have a day to rest and relax. Saturday nights are usually the one day of the week where Matt and I can cook together. So we have some burgers in the deep freeze that they've been in there for a couple months, and usually through January and February is when I start trying to finish off some of the meats that are in the deep freeze and get those finished off so that we can in March and April we try to, January, February, we usually go through what's in the deep freeze. Either we get snowed in or sick. So We usually try to just go through what's in the deep freeze. Then in March and April, we refill the deep freeze with meat or proteins and vegetables. And if it needs a bread to go with it, like the burgers, we have garlic bread. So what we do for a freezer meal for burgers is we freeze uncooked burger patties from Sam's. We buy garlic bread to use as the bread for it. And then we almost always have cheese on hand. So like that works really well. And then we always have like staples like mayonnaise, mustard, ketchup. So stuff like that. And then we also keep like a bag of fries in there just for that night. And then usually we have like steamed vegetables in the other freezer. If not, we have canned vegetables. So it works out really well to just do burgers as a freezer meal for our family, especially since we switched. And we switched to doing garlic toast so that we could have a bread that was frozen with it that still tasted good whenever it was reheated. Because yes, you can do like burger buns and freeze them, but sometimes burger buns still taste weird after being frozen, in my opinion. Sunday mornings, I usually cook for our family ASL Sunday school class. So Sunday morning French toast is so super easy, you guys, because I can just make it and go and bake it. I may do a video on that if y'all are interested in a recipe video of that if I haven't already. Sunday afternoon, so for Sunday meals, I prefer like lunches to be either something that can go in the air fryer, go in the microwave, or be in the crock pot while we're at church. So Sunday afternoon we're gonna do chili, and then this one I love because we're gonna do chili for Sunday morning, and then do like a chili with chips and cheese for Sunday night, which means we'll buy like tortilla chips to go with it and have it kind of, I don't know, kind of like a nacho thing, but still have chili for dinner that night. So again, what you're gonna see, I'm gonna go through the Monday through Thursdays really quick after I do the first week, because they're basically the same thing over and over again. All I do is change a couple of things for flavor, but most of it is pretty just same over and over again. The dinner should change almost every night. So Mondays, again, Matt eats breakfast at work. The nuts and dried fruit is what he'll be eating for Monday morning. And then the girls and I will be making s'mores oatmeal from scratch. My goal is for the month of January. One of mine prefers homemade oatmeal over the instant. She'll eat the instant. She prefers the homemade oatmeal. So what I'm going to do is every Monday through the month of January, I'm going to make made from scratch oatmeal. So we're going to do the s'mores oatmeal for the first Monday in January. Tuesday, peanut butter and banana. This means one of two things. One, if I can get out and I have bread, we'll do peanut butter and banana sandwiches. Number two, if not, we'll do them as tortilla roll-ups. And then I fold Matt's like a grilled stuffed burrito whenever he takes it for work, so it's not like leaking out or anything. But that's usually what peanut butter and banana is that way it's not like super sugary like jelly, but it is still like, it's something different. He actually really loves peanut butter and jelly for breakfast. He likes it for lunch too, but he really loves it for breakfast. You'll actually see it again here in a minute for lunch. Wednesday, hard-boiled egg and cheese, something super easy. I have found, because Matt only has 10 minutes for work, if I peel the eggs first before I send them, and then send the cheese in a separate container, and then send him like a travel salt and pepper, it works really well. And I try to only do hard-boiled egg and cheese like in the colder months, or if I have really good ice packs to send with him, because again, he'll be taking it for all day. But hard-boiled egg and cheese is something super easy for him to do, because again, he has 10 minutes for breakfast. He eats breakfast at work and has 10 minutes. Thursday, I have instant oatmeal for everybody. Instant oatmeal, I can send hot water in a thermos for him, and I can either send the Quaker oatmeal to-go bowls, or I can make my own to-go bowl and add flaxseed to it for his breakfast. Friday, beef jerky, fruit, and cheese. That'll either be like a snack pack style thing from Aldi's, or it will be literally I'll send like beef jerky that I can buy in bulk from Sam's, and then some dried fruit in a separate container. And then I buy cheese cubes at Aldi's during the busier season, because it's already pre-cut and everything and easy to do for grab and go. And the cheese already cubed is one of those like budget things that I'm willing to do because it saves me a little bit of time. So on Mondays we have ramen. I can send Matt ramen on days where he's not eating the instant oatmeal. So the reason why I spread that out is because our thermos does not have enough hot water to do both ramen and instant oatmeal. We've tried that so it's just one hot water thermos per week, but it actually does not work out. Oh, and on the days that I send him instant oatmeal, I also make like little pods. I have these little circular Tupperware style containers, and we put cappuccino mix in it. And then that way he can also have hot coffee at work. So one day a week I do that for him as well. But the ramen, I just send him the to-go cups. I don't try to do like the packets in your own bowl and all that. I do specifically buy the to-go cups for him, and then I usually, on days that I send him stuff like that, I'll wrap like the spoon and the fork in in several napkins and send it for him like that. And then I also send him his drinks. We will eat ramen that we make on the stove. He will be eating ramen from a to-go cup. This one, it says nut box and boiled eggs. The nut box means that, and I may try to change these around. I may end up changing these two around off camera and do this on Wednesday and this on Tuesday, because I prefer to have like, this is a nut one and then this is a nut one, and like spread them out. And then this is like an egg, which to me is a meaty protein. I know some people are not that way. Some people consider it a vegetarian protein. For me personally, just where I am, it feels like a meatier protein than like just nuts or peanut butter or another alternative. So I may end up swapping these on all the January ones to where there's not like nuts twice in the same day and then meat and hard-boiled egg the same day. But anyway, so the nut box is basically a handful of cashews, cheese cubes or cheese slices, and carrots with dipping or with ranch for dipping sauce. The boiled eggs on here, it's just to specify, hey, I need to boil eggs for Wednesday morning. I put stuff like notes like that in the meal calendar to remind me, hey, this needs done. The meat and cheese is basically just, again, beef jerky, cheese, and then also on days where it says that, he's also still going to get the carrots with ranch to dip in, because carrots are usually inexpensive. Rice bowls means that what I'm going to do is, so I need to put a note right here on the Mexican pizzas, but I usually take leftover rice from the night before and I will put it in the fridge overnight, and then the next day we will heat it up, and then everybody adds what they want. I require them to add a protein. I require them to add a vegetable. Usually we'll steam a vegetable, and they can add whatever seasonings they want. I have one that loves ginger in it, one that loves just like salt and pepper, one that likes to make it and then add a little bit of sauce on top of it. Whatever they want to do, it's their own thing. It's basically just a starter, and then they can add to it. Thursdays we're all doing peanut butter and jelly. Some of mine tolerate peanut butter and jelly. Not a huge fan of that, but if we have extra money in our budget, I'll buy sandwich meat. If not, it'll be peanut butter and jelly. And then Friday again, Matt's doing meat and cheese, and the girls and I are going to do canned soup once a week from Aldi's. It's like $2 something a can, and it takes like 4 cans to feed 5 of us at home. So I try not to do it too much, but it is on there for now. Alright, so Mondays, you see the purple and you see the notation that says teen meal. I have 2 10th graders who are for their life choices classes. More places are, if you haven't seen this, more public school, private school, Christian schools, umbrella schools are asking people to do more what they call life choices, lifestyle. There's another word for it, but I think it's called life choices class. I don't remember, but it's basically the overall feeling is teens are not getting enough education in high school anymore of like how to cook for themselves, how to balance a checkbook, how to change the oil, how to do laundry, how to maintain an apartment, things like that. So the one that we wanted to start with for their elective for the class, because they can take one every year, but they have to do a different subject every year. This semester, or this school year, my 2 10th graders are doing cooking, and then next year my rising 9th grader is going to do cooking. So, and then probably the year after that, my next rising 9th grader is going to do cooking. I'm going to have 4 high schoolers in 2 years. So they wanted to do cooking. One day a week they're required to give me the meal they want to do, a list of ingredients, and then I either walk them through what they're going to do, or they have to follow a recipe from a cookbook or a website to the T of what they want to do. Now I do let them have some creative, like if they want to add more pepper to it and it's okay and it's not too peppery, it's fine. But this time they wanted to do sesame chicken and rice, which is a recipe their dad and I have taught them how to do. So that was fun that they wanted to do something different. And with it being so close to, where is Chinese New Year? It's somewhere in here. I think it's that Sunday. Or it's somewhere in here, it's Chinese New Year. But they wanted to do an Asian style meal for January because it's so close to Chinese New Year. None of us are Asian descent, but we love celebrating different cultures and things. And I have one that, like, she taught herself to use chopsticks at age 4. So, like, we do a lot of Asian dishes in our home. So this is the meal they're going to do. Mexican pizzas, super easy. Recipe up here, and all the recipes will be in the description box below for anything that I list here, and that way you can have the recipes for those. Grilled cheese, super easy Wednesday night dinner, heading out the door for church. Busy day, so I've got grilled cheese on here for an easy dinner. Also, we'll do soup with it. And then Thursday night, Matt loves to do breakfast for dinner, since we don't do like a big breakfast at home usually, because Saturdays we're all exhausted and don't want to start the day with tons of dishes to do around the house. Sundays are super busy. Monday through Thursdays busy as well. So the way we counterbalance that is every now and then we try to do a breakfast for dinner. So that week we're doing biscuits and gravy. And then we're going to move on to January. Again, most of the Monday through Thursdays are going to be the same for breakfast and lunch. So I'm just going to highlight, because I know it's already been a hot minute on this. But I'm hoping that you all are enjoying like the showing why, talking about the how, not just being like, we're having this, and not explain it. Because I love explaining it, so that if you want to explain and need to explain, you'll understand why we're doing it the way we do it. So January 13th through 19th, again, Friday to Friday kind of thing. Also, I forgot to mention this time, when I am making these meal calendars, I always have because I have dual screen, like I already said, I will have the meal calendar on one, and then I will have the budget on the other. I don't show our budget. I feel like that's too personal to share, so I do not show our budget on camera. But I do usually budget one side, calendar on the other, so that I know, okay, we have a little bit more flex in our budget this week. Let's do this. Oh, we've got like 20 million bills that are all due the same week for some reason this month on the specific week, so let's try to cut back a little bit. So I will put that on here as we go. Alright, so again, Friday, pizza and salad. You're going to see that every week. I've got ice cream on here because I got it from another week. But we don't always do dessert on Fridays. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. So it's not like a definite. It's just there if we want it. Saturday morning we're going to do waffles. I buy Eggos. Because again, I don't want to start the day on Saturdays with dirty dishes in the sink for making a massive meal together. And it just kind of feels like then you're spending all day in the kitchen on Saturday. And I don't really, I love cooking for my family, but I don't want to start like the one day that we usually have to relax or spend together, spending 4 hours in the kitchen making breakfast and then doing dishes. So I usually try to do something easy on Saturdays. And then like if we want to do a family breakfast meal, that's why we do it on a weeknight, because then we can all do it together, and then we can go to bed with a clean kitchen instead of, I don't know. It's different for me. I love doing it sometimes, and sometimes I'll get up and be like, you know what, we're gonna have breakfast today, and I'll make it. But some days I need that Saturday break. So Saturday we're gonna do waffles. It says waffles. We'll probably do Eggos. Again, I'm not planning on us going anywhere any Saturday in January, so I've got leftover pizza. Beef, broccoli, and rice is something super easy. Matt and I can eat it together. It says beef. We just try to find a beef. Sometimes it's ground beef. Sometimes it's like the cheaper steak bits. Whatever we can get on sale, that's what we're going to do for that week. Sunday morning quiches, when I have more flex in my budget, usually for some reason the second week of the month is when I have the most flex, I buy the already made quiches that you just bake from Sam's Club. And then I just put them in my air fryer for like, I don't remember how many minutes. And then they're done, and then it's super easy to take to Sunday school. Sunday afternoon, rinse the air fryer from doing the quiches, and then we're going to do toasted raviolis from Aldi's, or if Sam's has some. I'm going to see if Sam's does. But I really, really like the ones from Aldi's, because Aldi's doesn't add artificial junk to their food anymore, and the Aldi's ones are really good. And then Sunday night, rinse the air fryer again, and we're doing chicken nuggets because I have nursery at church on Sunday night, and we already have like choir practice, and then church, and then, you know, nursery during church. So on nights that I do nursery at church, and I'm only once a month rotation right now, I want to do simple foods to just feed everybody and get everybody to bed when I get home. And usually we'll just throw a steamed vegetable with that. With broccoli being here, I'll probably do like a California medley, or buy like carrots or the steamed green beans or something like that. Monday through Thursday for this week is exactly the same, except for this homemade strawberry or homemade oatmeal, which is going to be strawberry for this week. Again, this one is the same except for rice bowl. Since we're having tacos here, it says taco soup. So what I do is I make our Alfredo recipe, our Alfredo sauce recipe, add some beef bouillon to it to thin it down. Then I add any leftover taco meat to it, and then we eat it like a cheesy, meaty soup for leftovers for the next day. And if it's like not a thick enough consistency or too thin. Sometimes we'll put rice in the Instant Pot to have with it as well. So that's going to be a little bit different for this week as well. That one will probably have to stay there, but I could always just still swap his and then leave ours as is. We'll see how that goes. For dinners, we have the teens are going to do sliders. They're so super easy to do. I'm going to teach them how to do it in the air fryer, and I think they're going to love it. Again, for Tuesday night, we're going to do tacos. Wednesday night, we're going to do meat pies. Recipes up here or down there. Sometimes for Thursdays, I'll just put breakfast. It's whatever breakfast food we have on hand. If the kids want to make pancakes, I will also always give my teens an alternative meal to do, because it's for a full high school credit, so they're always helping in the kitchen anyways. This is just their one meal that they're supposed to do by themselves. But I always try to give them alternative on Thursday to cook, because it's also our family game night. So like, we're always home on Thursday nights, almost always home on Thursday nights. So this is an alternative one for them if they want to do another meal. And usually if I just put breakfast and they want to, they'll just make pancakes. And they do like different flavors of syrup and things. So let's move to January 20th through 26th. Again, pizza and salad. Maybe an ice cream here. Saturday morning, one of mine requested to do bagels. We've actually found that it takes about the same amount of time to air fry bagels for everybody, or just use the toaster, and I think the toaster uses less electricity. So for us, it doesn't really matter. 3 batches in a toaster or 1 batch in the air fryer, whatever works. Leftover pizza. And then this time, Matt and I are going to make dinner together. Whether it be Matt wants to make omelets, or if he wants to make like a custom pancake or something. I know that seems pretty close, but for us on weekends, it doesn't matter. And again, this is the week that Matt and I are cooking breakfast together. So it's whatever Matt wants to do. If we want to do like a hash brown casserole with some easy meat on the side, whatever he wants to do. So I just kind of leave that open for him, because he loves to cook. But he's also really tired from just working a construction job Monday through Friday. Especially in the colder months, because it just, I don't know, I think he has a harder time in the colder months than he does in the warmer months. I may be wrong. But that's the one day a week that we like designate to try to make a meal together. Sunday morning biscuits. I take the Pillsbury frozen biscuits from Sam's Club, put them in the air fryer and bake them, or air fry them, and then I will add some kind of easy sandwich meat to pick up from Sam's, and then some cheese, and it's good to go. Canned soup and ham sandwiches, so I may double that up. But I know that's like 2 bready meals in a row, but one Sunday a month, I need an easy meal. I need something super easy to make that is not like super stressful of like, need to have this done. So I've designated one Sunday a month. We're just gonna heat up canned soup when we get home, what everybody wants, and then have ham sandwiches to go with it. And then Sunday night, I think this weekend is Chinese New Year. We're going to just say Asian chicken. Usually when I say Asian chicken, we'll just buy whatever to go with it. Sometimes we go like all out and buy like some of the extras. Matt makes incredible dumplings. May do that. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Monday through Thursday, again, it's the same. For the specialty oatmeal, we're going to do pineapple upside down. I have done a video on that one. It will be in the description below. And then this one, I did change one lunch a week for the kids and me. So this week, the one change is we're going to do mac and cheese for a super easy lunch, and then do a steamed vegetable to go with it. And we'll either A, make the bulk pasta from Sam's and just add shredded cheese to it, or B, we'll actually buy like boxed macaroni and cheese to go with it. Not sure if there's any sodium difference in that or not, but we'll see how that goes. So for Monday, the teens want to learn how to make quick pot pie. Quick pot pie is different from normal chicken pot pie in that it does not go inside of a pie pan. It goes inside of a 9x13, and then you take biscuits and bake them over top of it. It is definitely the dry season, because I keep coughing. I'm going to need to finish because my throat is not going to let me keep talking for too long. Alright. So back to here. So on Tuesday, I have a pork roast. I'm hoping to get a pork roast that's big enough to where I can have the pork tacos the next day. If I can't, I will probably try to find like some kind of pork chops. If that doesn't work out, then these 2 meals will be changed, which is why the lunches are not based off of these 2 meals. And normally we would do like something Mexican on Tuesday, but we are gonna swap those. I'm hoping to get to pork roast. If I don't, it'll change and it's fine. And also, like, worst case, those would become freezer meals from our freezer stock up. And then Thursday this week, because we're doing breakfast together on Saturday as a family, I'm going to do jambalaya. It's the one box, jambalaya and dirty rice are the 2 box meals that I will actually make. I don't buy a lot of the box meal stuff, but so short story really quick. When my mom and my sister and I were living in Baton Rouge for a short period of time, we met this Creole woman. My mom was like, okay, I'm not gonna be living down here long, but I've always wanted to learn how to make jambalaya from scratch. And our Creole neighbor said, go to the store and buy a box of Zatarans, because where do you think they got the recipe from? And I kid you not, ever since then, my family rarely ever made jambalaya from scratch. I had like one family member that would, but Zatarans jambalaya tasted exactly like the made from scratch. It's crazy. So I actually buy the Aldi's brand, and I think it tastes fine. I still would prefer like shrimp in it, but jambalaya with shrimp in it is not really budget friendly in the Smoky Mountains area, because shrimp is not native to here, and it is insane how much they charge for shrimp to be imported to the Smoky Mountains area. So we're going to do jambalaya, and when we do it, we add the Polska sausage and chicken to it. The chicken will probably either come from the canned chicken from the pantry, or chicken breast frozen from Sam's Club, which is another reason why I love jambalaya, because it can be completely pantry stable. You don't have to put the Polska sausage in it, and you can get like 3 boxes of jambalaya and a can of chicken, and then you're good to go. And then lastly, again, if the Friday is in this month and the rest of the week is not, it still gets included in that month. So it's January 27th to February 2nd. But because the Friday is in January, I put the meal in January because it comes out of our January budget, because it's a Friday in January. So again, pizza and salad. One of my teens wants to learn how to make blackberry cobbler. The other one already knows how to do it. So this is going to be kind of an interesting one for me, because I'm just going to stand back and watch her teach, because I believe allowing kids an opportunity to teach somebody else how to do something they know how to do is also a learning experience for them, to learn how to give instructions verbally and how to demonstrate certain things. So I love giving them opportunities like that. So I'm just going to kind of like stand back and watch, and then let them do that, and then enjoy it when it's done, because I love blackberry cobbler. And for us, so super easy to do. Saturday morning, we are going to do quiches at home, just because we wanted an easy at-home breakfast that has egg in it. So we're going to do the quiches at home, leftover pizza again. This Saturday, we're going to do biscuits and gravy together. Sometimes Matt and I like making it together, because it's different whenever he makes his different from the way I make mine. It's so funny. So we love doing that. We're going to do breakfast burritos for a Sunday meal. I'm going to get up super early and scramble eggs for that, and then saute some peppers and onions, and then put cheese on it, roll them up, and then have them ready for Sunday school. And then again, we're going to be, is that the second time? Yeah, it's okay. So we're doing chili twice in 1 month for Sundays, but that's okay, because like as the months warm up from here, we will switch from doing chili to like cold lunches during the summer months. So I don't mind, and the kids love chili. Matt loves chili, so it works out really well. Alright, Monday. This is a fun one. So it says DIY oatmeal. Everyone flavors individual bowls once oats are cooked. I take the oats, I cook them, I don't add anything to them. I put them in bowls. Sometimes when we do it this way, sometimes I will take like a small square of butter, put it in the bottom of the bowl, then add the oats, and then that way they already have the butter in their bowl to mix it in, and then I let them go crazy. Now, like, I'm not going to let them add like a cup of sugar to one bowl. That's insanity. Which my kids are not really that way anyways. But I'm going to let them flavor it themselves. They want to add strawberry jelly to it, go for it. If they want to add apricot, whatever. If they want to make a chocolate one, let's not go too crazy. But they can have it, just not like excessively. But that way they can pick whatever flavors they want for their bowls. I don't think anything else changes on, no, nothing else changes. Oh, this is one of my favorite lunches to do at home, because it's ridiculously easy. So in the morning for breakfast, I will start the Instant Pot for rice, and then for lunch, we heat up a can of black beans in the microwave. And then this is another one that once they have the black beans and the rice, they can add whatever they want to, within reason, whatever they want to it. So normally, like, I add cheese and cumin powder, and sometimes I'll add a little bit of ranch if it feels like dry. Good morning. Kids are getting up, I need to finish. One of mine loves to add salsa to it. I can't have salsa. She loves adding salsa to it. This is another one of those, like, let them have at it and let them do however they want. Because also, like, towards the end of a month, beginning of the next month, you kind of eventually you're just like, you know, I want to do something different. But again, the budget kind of specifies you need to cook at home because you know, budget. But black beans and rice is a fun one for us to do because everybody can flavor it as they go. They can as well if they're ramen. If they want to make it like pho noodles, they'll make it a little bit soupier, and then they'll add their own spices to it. And also, again, with the ramen, they still have to do a protein and veggie with it, so they can change it up as they go. The team meal this week is going to be beef stroganoff. I think I've done my ridiculously easy beef stroganoff recipe. If not, I may let the teens do it, because the teens also like making videos for our channel. Like, I don't make them. They volunteer to do it, and they love to do it. So sometimes I'll be like, hey, or sometimes I won't even sit. They're like, hey, can we do this video? Like with their rooms, back in October when they did their rooms. So I may let them do it if they want to. Chicken quesadillas. This is actually a midweek meal that Matt helps with. I will go ahead and have the chicken done by the time he gets home from work, gets showered and all that. And then he helps me air fry chicken quesadillas on the air fryer. If you've ever tried air frying quesadillas or anything with tortilla, you know that the tortillas float in the air fryer. He's figured out a way to do it. So he has a great way to do quesadillas. We'll do that together. Fried bologna and grilled cheese. Ooh, I just realized I put jambalaya twice. I will change that one. I'll change that off camera. We're not going to do that 2 weeks in a row, especially with fried bologna and grilled cheese being the day before. This is something that Matt grew up with. I'd never heard of it. You fry bologna, then you put it on the grilled cheese, like you put the bread down and then the cheese, then you put the fried bologna on top of the cheese before you put the second piece of bread on, and then flip it. I had never heard of it, but it's one of his favorite meals, so I added it in for him, and some of the kids really like it too. Actually, I think all of them like it. Like, not love, but like it. So that's a super, grilled cheese is just such a super easy Wednesday night meal to eat before we head out the door. You have seen it some of the other past months that I will put on here, like when I have rotation with serving the kids ministry at church on Wednesday nights. But I don't have the calendar for January yet, so I don't know when that'll be. But that's okay. So I don't have it, like, that may change if need be. And then again, I'm going to change that because I didn't realize I had put jambalaya twice. But I may just either put freezer meal or, I don't know. I'll have to balance it out. I don't like doing too many salty or super fatty meals all in 1 week. Maybe you guys have suggestions below for what to change it to. But I will take that out and I'll change that to something else. But that is it for January. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you have any suggestions for meals in the comments below for things to try. I am going to do one different breakfast for February. I'm going to add in. You'll have to come back in February and see what that breakfast is. But I was just thinking of it as I was doing this. I was like, you know, the kids really like this breakfast. I should add it in for February. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for following along through this new series. And again, you will still see the grocery hauls once a week. This just makes it easier to show you, like, month at a glance, because it takes me not much longer to do a month at a glance than it took me to do a week at a glance. But thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.